I'm supposed to start my reading vlog today, but I'm so lazy today. It's not even funny. I'm actually on my way to my dad's house to visit with my son.
No more K-pop.
Yes, we're going to G-Paw's, my dad's. And I did get The Secret History in the mail today. And that's for, like, I think this book club Mayana created just this week or last week. I have to like look more into it because right now I'm like kind of in a rush. But I did get The Secret History, which is the group book. And then hopefully later I will catch up on some reading. So I'll be back soon. Bye. So I was gonna come to my dad and visit and read, but once I started reading, we put on a movie. I put on Lord of the Rings. First I put on The Ring, and I switched it to Lord of the Rings. And then I fell asleep. Hello friends, I'm back and not sick anymore. I'm so happy because I missed vlogging at my wine, obviously. But anyway, I have been having a great fucking reading month, okay? Like a really freaking good one. Honestly, I don't know if I should read any more books because this January wrap-up is gonna be long as hell. And I'm not prepared to talk about all the books, and I'm ready for January to be over so I can start February reads, because I'm gonna read a lot of thrillers in February for the Thrillerathon. I think that's what it's called. I'm excited. I'm sorry about the lights, they don't really work anymore. Let me see if I can fix them. Okay, wow, okay. I have to get new fairy lights. They're like breaking and it's making me so sad. Honestly, I'm so sad that they're like barely hanging on. The books that I am currently reading now, the first one that I'm really into is Are You Sleeping? Which, let me tell you guys, if you like Sadie, if you are into podcasts, if you're into that podcast element that Sadie has, and into thrillers and mystery and cult. So this girl and her twin sister had a dad that was murdered in their home, and their mom just like went into depression and didn't talk to them and basically ran away from the family and joined a cult. After like 15 years, I think, there is this podcast like talking about the case called Reconsidered, and it's just really interesting. It's like gripping me from the very beginning, and I'm almost done. I don't know what page I'm on. It's on my Goodreads, but I'm like more than halfway done, and I'm hoping to get this finished today. This is my #1 priority. There's like nothing that I don't like so far, and I'm almost done. So I'm really happy that I picked this up. This is a library copy, so I'm happy that I picked this up. I might go and buy it for myself just so I can have it on my shelf. I am also reading, or I started reading House of Leaves. Can't really tell you what it's about because I truly don't know. I'm in a couple of Facebook groups for books and like reading, like horror Facebook group, a thriller Facebook group, and I see a lot of recommendations for horror and people recommend House of Leaves. Truly, I don't think anybody can tell me really what it's about, but I have been watching YouTube videos and I'm interested. People are saying that it gave them nightmares. I'm not even gonna attempt to explain it because I don't know. All I know is from what I read so far is that this guy and his neighbor found their neighbor dead in his apartment, and he was creating a book. And so it's just all these different things put together. I honestly don't know how to explain it to you guys because I don't know, but this one I'm gonna take my like sweet time on, because like I said, I just truly don't know. And it's a pretty big book, but look at this freaking format. Okay, this is one of the first pages. This is not for you. I'm gonna read it now. Like, oh, my bookmark fell out. Okay, that's fine, I barely started. So this is what like the beginning of it looks like. It looks kind of tight. Look at this. A lot of the pages are like this. What is that even there's nothing literally on these pages. What a waste. But it intrigued me, and I don't know how to read music, so what the fuck. I'm scared and excited. It starts off by like regular writing, and then there's a box of like a sentence or word, but it's backwards. I don't know. Truly can't tell you what it's about. I'm pretty sure this is not for everybody, and based off what other people have said, saying that it scared them, it gave them nightmares, it's like a psychological kind of like I don't know, but I'm excited. And then this month I read Scythe. Immediately after that I got the audiobook of I got the audiobook Thunderhead and listened to that in like 2 days, and then I went ahead and ordered The Toll. I am so excited to start this because Scythe I absolutely freaking love. Like the first book is my favorite, I have to be honest. The second book, I feel like there was a little bit too much going on for me, and I heard that a lot more goes on in this, like more characters come in, so I'm nervous. I think Scythe was just more for me than Thunderhead, but I'm really invested in the story, and I absolutely fucking love it. So I went ahead and ordered The Toll along with Motor Crush, and I read this in one sitting. Holy crap, I freaking love this. It's like a comic series. A girl who street races illegally, and she does like, what are they called, like actual races, World Grand Prix kind of stuff, I don't know. But there is a drug called Crush, and people use that in their engines to make them go faster, but it's like an actual drug where like your engine can get addicted to it, and like a drug, like bad things can happen and it can overdose and your engine will explode, and people have died from it. Like if you like Fast and Furious kind of thing, which I do love, I think this is honestly perfect. We have a character Dom. This is Dom. I think her name's Domino, which is funny because, you know, Dom. Yeah, anyway, she has an ex-girlfriend whose name is Lola, who's absolutely freaking gorgeous. Like, let me just show you like real quick. And apparently she's like the best at mechanics when it comes to these motorcycles, I guess. I went to Barnes & Noble today and I did see the second volume, which I almost got, but I was like, no, let me not. And then I ended up getting the freaking phone case, which was the same price as the second volume, so I don't know why I just didn't get it. But I think I'm gonna go ahead and just wait, because the third one I think doesn't come out until next month, if I'm right. Nice timing. The Toll I think I'm gonna wait on just a little bit longer because I'm really into this book right here. I highly recommend this one for anyone that likes thrillers and mysteries, murder, and podcasts, which I love listening to podcasts. I listen to them all day if I'm not listening to an audiobook. And then Mayana created a book club, I think called like the Society Reads or Dark Elites. I'm not sure like which like the actual name is, which is kind of dedicated to reading dark academia. Is that how you say it? I don't know. So the January book pick is The Secret History. Am I gonna read it? Stay tuned. But anyway, so The Secret History is the January book pick for that book club, which I'm excited for to see what comes in 2020, because she sent out a tweet saying that Boston was murdered and she has to like pick a book to find out who the murderer is, and Mayana's not telling us what the book is until after like January's over, I think. but she listed a couple of the books that we can choose from, and I already had one of them on audio, which I really wanted to read. So I am reading The Family Upstairs on audio, so that is my other read this month. So currently I'm reading The Family Upstairs, Are You Sleeping, and House of Leaves. So yeah, that was a lot of talking, a lot of updates. I'm sorry if that's like super uninteresting to you, but I'm excited. I also went to the library a couple of days ago, and that's when I picked up Are You Sleeping. I also picked up Pet Semetary, which I might save in for next month as well. I picked up The Lottery and Other Stories, but I only read The Lottery, and I think that's all I'm gonna read out of this. I'm not really interested in anything else. And I do have The Weight of Lies, which I might save until next month as well. And then I got The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, and these are all of the books. I think they're like 4 or 5. Yeah, there are 5 in here, and I did read the first one on audio this month, so I picked this up since I had all of them, so I'm going to continue this whenever I feel like it. And yeah, basically Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. I wanted some sci-fi, I wanted something good and funny, and this is it. But then I also picked up Horrorstor, but I bought this one at Barnes & Noble, and I think I'm gonna go ahead and save this one. I used a lot of my tabs when I was writing out, and once I got House of Leaves in the mail, I was like, let me just get some more tabs because I'm gonna need them. So these are the ones that I use, and I get these off Amazon. I think they're like $5 or $6 or $7, and quite a bit come in here. Come all of these. Okay, wow, first off, this lighting. Great. Okay, but yeah, so these are the tabs that I use, and I really love them. The same color as a tab, I have sticky notes, so if I don't feel like writing in the book for whatever reason, I'll put a tab there, and then I'll put a sticky note there and write on the sticky note with the same color as a tab. And if I want to highlight something or underline something specific and just not write a note, I'll just put a tab there and I'll underline it or highlight it, mostly underline. So I have the same color of these as I do as my tabs and sticky notes, which is honestly perfect for me, and I don't do like crazy tabbing. But I also have these big ones too within the same colors if I want to, and these ones have lines on them. So if I want to just write on these instead of like the little ones, I will use one of these. But yeah, I know it's a weird system. I feel like I'm doing too much, but whatever. So I'm gonna go ahead and read Are You Sleeping and hopefully get it finished, or read a little bit more before tonight anyway, and find out what the heck is going on. There's so many unreliable narrators and characters in this, which I absolutely freaking love, because I love when I don't know anything and I'm surprised as hell. I also figured that this year I want to read a lot of thrillers, psychological thrillers, but I feel like that's not enough for me, and I think I need like psychological horror, if that even is like a different genre. I just want something that's gonna mess me up and just like I'm gonna have to think about it. I'm gonna have nightmares about it. If I have nightmares about it, I want it. I've read some things that people are like, I've had nightmares about this, and I read it and those were their nightmares and not mine, because I went to sleep peacefully. So I need something a little bit deeper, a little bit harder. I don't know, I'm really weird. I guess when you listen to like creepy ghost podcasts and thriller and murder podcasts all day every day, like literally everything else is nothing to you. But yeah, anyway, I'm gonna read. So I took a break before chapter 17, pondered my thoughts in the shower because I truly don't know Who killed this girl's dad? I have no idea who's telling the truth and who's lying and what they're lying about. I'm just so confused. I'm not confused. I just don't know who to trust. Does that make sense? But I'm really liking it because I actually don't know. I have like a theory. I won't say because I'm pretty sure I might be wrong. Like, I'll just say if I'm right or not. I'm probably gonna be wrong. I wouldn't be surprised if I'm wrong. But holy crap, I just don't know who, what. This is a really good one. I really like it. But holy crap. Yeah, I'm on chapter 17 and I have, let's see, I have this much left. So not too bad. Hopefully I'll get it finished by tonight. Because yeah, I am almost, it's 6 o'clock. I'm just gonna pour myself some more wine and I'm gonna try to finish this book, and then I'm gonna try to read some more of House of Leaves, and then I'm gonna try to read at least one chapter of Secret History, maybe. But yeah, hopefully I can update you guys with this book because I need to know what happens ASAP. So I'm just gonna get back to it. Oh, before I forget, and it's also super interesting because while the main character and her sister are listening to the podcast about their father's murder, people are tweeting about the podcast and what they think and who they think the murderer is or who is not. And it's really interesting because they actually have the tweets throughout the book, and I thought that was really cool. So I'm eating. I actually just finished Are You Sleeping, and I really loved it. I don't want to say too much about it because I want to talk about it in my wrap up rather than just right now. And instead of reading like House of Leaves right now or a chapter of The Secret History, I lay in bed because I'm sleepy. I'm gonna go to bed and I will update you guys tomorrow. Hello guys, so it is Tuesday. It's Tuesday, and last night I did finish Are You Sleeping, and I really enjoyed this book. Okay, this is hard to explain for me. I don't know why. But let me see. So we're following the main character. What's her name? So we're following the main character, Josie, and she has a twin sister named Lainey, I think. Yeah. So Josie and Lainey, their dad gets shot and killed, and the main character's sister, Lainey, claims their next door teen neighbor is the one that killed their dad. So this podcast opens up years later, like trying to reopen the case, because the host of the podcast feels like there is a lot of parts missing to this, and feels like the next door neighbor, the teenage next door neighbor at that time, was like innocent, and he's been put in prison for like 12 years. And then the twins' mom went off and joined a cult. So if you like podcasts and cult elements and all of that, like this is in that book, and that's why I really enjoyed it. So we're just following the podcast, and we're following the main character listening to the podcast, figuring out all of the missing pieces that happened when her dad was murdered. And I just found it, like, every single page very enjoyable. And then today at work I attempted to start The Secret History, but honestly I don't think I want to read this right now, because I did just finish a book called The Silver Swan, and it had to do with like a secret society, and it was really like, it wasn't really dark, but it had dark themes, I guess. But I just read that and I don't feel like reading this, and this is hella long. So honestly I might just stick with The Family Upstairs, because wow, that has to do with another like cult, I think. And funny thing, I started listening to a podcast today about cults, and this book has cults. So I don't know if I have like this cult vibe thing going on. And then I think I'm gonna read a little bit of House of Leaves, because I really want to see where this is gonna go. So far I'm still at the very beginning, which is the main character and his neighbor go to find their neighbor dead, and that's basically where I'm at. So it's like the very beginning. But right now I'm cleaning a little bit, and then I'm gonna eat dinner and just relax. I was watching some booktube. Yeah, I was watching Jocelyn just now. So I'm probably gonna eat and watch some booktube or catch up on my shows, which I have not done in probably over 2 weeks. I just wanted to update on the reading that I did do, and definitely talk about Are You Sleeping and The Family Upstairs, and just talk about like podcasts that I started listening to today, because I love podcasts so much. So yeah, lots of updates. Where do I begin? I just got off of work like 10 minutes ago. It takes me like 10 minutes, 5 minutes to get home, 10 minutes in traffic because I live right down the street. This morning I literally woke up for work and I had 1 hour until I clocked in, and I was still laying in bed. And then I woke up I think like 30 minutes later, and then got ready and left. Like during work I look a hot mess because I just get up and go, like I don't care. Those pictures you see on Twitter of me when I'm filming myself, that's not how I feel when I go to work. Let me give you some reading updates. I did say yesterday that I was gonna start The Secret History. Scratch that. I don't want to start The Secret History because I want to read The Toll, which I started reading today. That's what happens when you're a moody ass mood reader. Today I was listening to The Family Upstairs on audio, and I have to be honest, I'm not super into it. Like I'm really not super into it. I'm thinking about DNFing it, but I have it like as my Audible credit, and I can't trade it in because I did that like 10 times already this month. I don't know. But I'm gonna try to write it out and see how that goes. So hopefully I can finish that tomorrow. I'm gonna shower, and then I'm going to close out this vlog and then start editing. I also came home on my lunch and got the mail, and I got a box. I'm an affiliate, and I would leave the link if I knew how on YouTube, but I don't, so. And I got Oasis. Let me open it. Okay, ow! Rude. Oh my god, I love this cover. Ooh, is this gonna be my 2020 favorite covers? I do remember saying that I started listening to podcasts about like cults, and the same podcast that does the cults just created a new podcast called, I think it's called Secret Societies. So the cults and the Secret Societies podcast I'm listening to, and then of course like my ghost stories and paranormal podcasts, and then there's one funny one that I listen to. But I wanted to share like the podcast with you guys because I love listening to podcasts all day while I'm at work if I'm not listening to an audiobook. So if you guys have any podcasts that are like creepy, scary, horror. I did used to listen to a lot of like murder, true crime, mystery kind of podcasts, but I haven't been so much anymore. Like I started listening to Sword and Scale like over a year ago, but after so much of Sword and Scale I was like, okay, that's like enough murder, and I got scared, I got paranoid. So I stopped listening to that. Anyways, we're here about books, not podcasts and murder. I mean, but yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and get ready for bed and close out this vlog. And I'm sorry this vlog wasn't as like calming and nice as my more recent vlogs, but I am gonna try to make more of those because I really like those. And yeah, but I wanted to actually read and update you guys on reading this time, so I wanted to let you guys know about that. And I'm happy I'm back and not sick anymore. But I'll see you guys next time.